Okay, I guess that backing up an organization's sort of Office 365 footprint, particularly maybe at the current time when it's fairly distributed, is quite a challenge. So can you give us some idea, whether pre-pandemic or even during the pandemic, what sort of issues people have with that kind of task?
Yeah, definitely. So the way we use and consume data has definitely changed in the last 5 to 10 years, right? And I mean, you think about data, and historically, it used to be contained within the four walls of our business, right? And that made it easy to kind of keep our hands wrapped around it and back it up and recover it when we needed to, right? So yeah, definitely. With the advent of Office 365 and the mass exodus we've seen from on-premises collaboration platforms like Exchange into Office 365, that's definitely created some interesting difficulties, I guess I should say, when it comes to protecting that data, because again, it's no longer within the four walls of my business, right? So it does create some challenges. But that said, being as it lives in the cloud, we also get all of the benefits and the flexibility that the cloud provides as well. So I think when everything is said and done, I think the benefits are far outweigh the cons of having it live on premises, right? So as far as things go, I think the one misconception that I run into on a regular basis with Office 365 data protection is a lot of businesses, and even I talk to a lot of MSPs that have this thought as well, is that, well, hey, Microsoft is hosting it for me, so that means they're backing it up and protecting it for me too, right? Well, that's actually not the case. It's a very common misconception, and Microsoft does a great job at creating a platform that is really good at retaining data. It's really designed to retain data. But if you ever need to recover it, there's some tools in the suite that allow you to kind of do some recover-ish type of things, but they're not designed for it, right? So, I mean, again, it's like, like trying to pound in a nail with a screwdriver, right? It just doesn't work perfectly. You might get the job done, but so yeah, I mean, that's where I think an Office 365 backup application like ours can really come in and help solve this problem.
Okay, so obviously you've alluded to that. So you've got Office 365 Backup for MSPs. What are the major components of that, bearing in mind the sort of challenges you just outlined?
Yeah, definitely. So, like many of our products, this product was designed specifically with MSPs in mind. So out of the gate, it was designed with the idea that, hey, I'm an MSP. I'm going to take this tool and I'm going to provide backup services for multiple customers in my portfolio. Now, with that in mind, the solution is multi-tenant, designed to protect M365 data, again, for multiple customers. We provide a monthly billing model. And the other big thing being the cloud is a complex, often challenging place to work in, especially when you've got all the other, priorities and customer issues that an MSP has to deal with. We wanted to make it as easy as possible to get those backup services up and running. So we provide the storage for this particular solution. We actually give you the storage so you don't have to manage it. So we keep it nice and easy, to make your job, the MSP's job, much, much easier.
Okay, and in terms of the benefits the product provides, I mean, you hinted there that it makes life fairly easy for the MSPs, but obviously their customers are the people that have got the data that's going to be backed up. So what are the benefits, in that sort of chain to the folks that are using it?
Yeah, so the product has a ton of benefits. I mean, we provide things like, data protection services for Exchange Online, for OneDrive, SharePoint. Teams is a huge, huge thing these days, right? I mean, there's so many organizations consuming Teams all over the world. So today we can back up any files that are shared within Teams or live within Teams file repositories. So there's a lot of benefits there. Like I mentioned, we provide the storage for that. So that's a huge benefit in of itself. So you don't have to worry about maintaining and managing your own storage. Again, back to the ease of use thing, we will automatically do 4 backups a day of every mailbox and every account. We have multiple restoration options. because I mean, backup is the easy part, right? Restoration is where that's the important thing, right? I mean, your backups are no good if you can't recover. So we offer multiple restoration options. So, you know, you can restore back to the mailbox that's the affected user. You know, the user came and asked you and said, hey, I need to recover a piece of mail. You can go back to that mailbox. You can go to a new mailbox. You can export to PST. Lots of options for getting that data back. You know, a couple of other kind of operational things. You know, the solution was designed to be easy to manage at scale. So when you're dealing with hundreds and thousands of O365 accounts, the UI was designed to be able to manage and work through all of that with you know, different solutions and UI optimizations to make at scale management easy. And the other really nice thing that's one of my favorite features especially for the end customer's perspective, not the MSP, but their customer, the MSP can enable kind of a self-service model for this solution as well. So if you, you know, maybe you have a customer that's, and every MSP has them, but maybe you have a customer that's a little bit more on the needy side. And just for some reason, okay, we're restoring, you know, like 20 pieces of mail a week for this particular customer. That might be a customer where it's really useful to give them the option of going in and restoring their own email. And from an ease of use perspective for the end customer, the solution allows you to search through the backups and actually browse, you know, like a piece of mail before you recover it. So it's really easy from the end user's perspective. And then whenever I start talking about that, the, you know, the privacy and the, you know, the what's the word I'm thinking of? That's where oversight comes into mind, right? Well, hey, if people can search through the backup for whatever they want, how do I know and control what they're looking at? So the tool was designed with that in mind as well. So you have, you know, the full account auditing to see who has looked at what and who's accessed what and things like that. So, you know, all those use cases were kept in mind, and that, I think, kind of provides a good, you know, high level overview of some of the key benefits of this product for the MSP and their end customers.
Okay, I guess the proof of the pudding is in the eating, as they say. So, are you able to share maybe a quick example of an MSP that is already using the product and yeah, what they're up to with it?
Yeah, definitely. So we actually partner with an MSP out of the UK. Kinetic ICT Solutions is the name. Again, Kinetic ICT Solutions. So when we started talking to them, one of the key things that they were looking for was a way to kind of provide some protection to the ransomware threat in the industry. Now, people think of ransomware and, you know, their mind immediately goes to on-premises file storage, right? You know, your file server gets hit or an end user's endpoint gets hit. A lot of people don't realize, still even today, that there are now ransomware threats in the wild that can encrypt all of your O365 data. So that was the main reason that Kinetic ICT Solutions came and started talking to us, was to address that problem. But I think the other key selling points for them and where they really found a lot of value was the hosted storage. So again, they don't have to worry about standing up and supporting their own storage for the solution. The setup was easy to use. Onboarding was super fast for all of their customers. And the other thing that they highlight with us is the awesome support. So, you know, we kind of have, again, I have nothing but good things to say about our support team. And you know, everybody thumps their chest when they're talking about their support team, but I really believe it about our team. We call it our lightning fast support team. And, you know, we'll get back to you quickly whenever you have an issue. And they're all product experts. You don't have to deal with this tiered support model that a lot of organizations in the industry use. You call, you'll talk to a product expert, somebody who knows the product from A to Z, and they'll own your issue from start to finish. So that was one of the other key reasons why, again, Kinetic ICT Solutions chose the product.
Okay, and for the other folks to be interested in following it up, I'm guessing there's a trial version that's available for people to have a look at.
Yeah, definitely. You can sign up for a trial. You just go out to our website, www.altaro.com. Up at the top, you'll see the action bars. You'll see an MSPs and partners drop down. Just right inside of that menu, you'll see the Altaro Office 365 Backup product. And then there's a big, huge, free trial button. You can't miss it. And then that'll get you started. You can also reach out to sales@altaro.com if you have any questions, or reach out again. Nothing but good things to say about our support team. But if you have any product questions, even deeply technical questions that you want to find out before you start using the product, reach out to support. They'll help you out as well.
Brilliant. Well, thanks very much for your time to talk through the product.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thanks for having us.